Have you ever felt like your life was stuck in an endless cycle of stress, procrastination, and lack of purpose? Like the days just slip by with no real progress? What if I told you it only took me 7 days to completely transform the way I live? Imagine waking up every morning with clarity, motivation, and full control over your decisions. Sounds impossible? It's not. In fact, simple yet powerful habits inspired by Stoic philosophy can spark profound and fast changes in your life. Today, I'm going to share 5 habits that reshaped my routine and mindset in just 1 week. Habits that gave me more energy, focus, and, most importantly, inner peace. If you've ever felt lost, anxious, or overwhelmed, this video is for you. I'll show you how small daily actions can lead to extraordinary results without flipping your entire life upside down. But here's the thing. What you're about to discover isn't a quick trick or a magic formula. These are practices that require discipline, something Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius deeply valued. However, if you stick to these principles, you can experience a transformation as fast and impactful as mine. So stay with me until the end, because in addition to revealing each habit, I'll give you a special challenge to implement today so you can start seeing results right away. If you're excited to uncover these lessons, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any content about personal growth and practical philosophy. Now let's dive into the first habit, the one that redefined my mornings and brought order to my daily chaos. Waking up early. Mastering your mornings. Have you ever felt like your day starts in a race against the clock? You wake up late, jump out of bed, rush through a cup of coffee, and feel stressed even before leaving the house. That was my life for a long time, until one simple habit changed everything. Waking up early. I decided to start my day at 5 a.m. To be honest, it was challenging at first, but in just 1 week, I noticed something incredible. My mornings stopped feeling like a battlefield and became sacred time to prepare for the day. But why does this work? Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers and emperors, wrote in his Meditations, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being. Why am I complaining if I'm about to do what I was born to do?" That quote hit me hard. Waking up early isn't about sacrificing sleep. It's about taking control of your time and mentally preparing yourself to face the world. The benefits of waking up early. More time for yourself. Those quiet hours in the morning gave me space for exercise, meditation, and planning my day. My anxiety dropped significantly, increased productivity. Starting the day with clarity allowed me to prioritize important tasks before the chaos set in. I became more efficient and less reactive. Less stress, more focus. Simply not racing against the clock brought a sense of calm and control I hadn't experienced in years. How to implement this habit? If you're not a morning person, don't worry. Start small. Set your alarm 15 minutes earlier each day until you reach your target time. Create a morning ritual you genuinely enjoy, whether it's savoring your coffee in silence, reading, or practicing mindful breathing. Prepare everything the night before, clothes, tasks, and even your list of goals. This reduces mental effort in the morning. And remember, waking up early isn't about sacrificing sleep. Keep your phone out of the bedroom, go to bed earlier, and prioritize rest. Before we move on to the next habit, think about this. What would your days look like if you started each morning with clarity and purpose? Comment below, have you ever tried waking up earlier? How was your experience? 2. Daily exercise. Energy and clarity in just 20 minutes. Have you ever felt drained of energy first thing in the morning, or ended the day with a heavy mind like you've been carrying the weight of the world? That's exactly how I felt before. Adding a simple yet transformative habit to my routine, 20 minutes of daily exercise. I know what you might be thinking, but I don't have time for that. Or maybe, I'm not really into fitness. I used to think the same way. But here's what I discovered. Exercise doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, it's a form of self-care, not an obligation. The Stoics believed that caring for the body was just as important as caring for the mind. Epictetus reminds us, first, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you need to do. And that's exactly what I did. I decided to be someone with more discipline and energy, and I acted on that decision. Immediate benefits. 1. Renewed energy. Within just a few days, I noticed a change in my energy levels. That groggy, sluggish feeling in the morning disappeared, and I felt more alive and alert. Mental clarity and focus. Exercise works like a reset for your brain. My thoughts became more organized, and I started tackling problems with greater calm and clarity. Improved mood. Sweating out my stress released the tension in my body, and the sense of well-being lasted throughout the day. How to implement this habit in your life? You don't need to become a high-performance athlete. The secret lies in consistency, not intensity. Here are some simple ideas to get started. Go for a walk or light jog. 20 minutes outdoors can completely change your mood. Try yoga or stretching. Perfect for those who want something gentler but equally powerful. Do a functional workout or strength training. Great for building resilience and endurance. Choose an activity you enjoy, and that fits into your routine. The key is to keep moving and build the habit. A Stoic challenge. Marcus Aurelius said, "What stands in the way becomes the way." If exercise feels like a hurdle, ask yourself, why does this bother me so much? It might be the exact challenge you need to overcome. And what if I told you that just 20 minutes could change your energy for the entire day? Would you give it a shot? Comment below. What kind of exercise do you think you could start practicing today? Journaling. The magic of talking to yourself on paper. Have you ever felt like your mind was so cluttered with thoughts that it was impossible to sort them out? Like you had too many tabs open in your brain at the same time. Now imagine being able to take all those messy thoughts, put them down on paper, and suddenly everything starts to make sense. That's exactly what happened to me when I started journaling, or as I like to call it, talking to myself on paper. Why writing can change your life. Think of paper as a mirror. When you look in the mirror, you see how you look, right? Journaling works the same way, except it reflects your thoughts and emotions. And here's the amazing part. When you write, you can organize the chaos in your head. Ever feel angry or sad and have no idea why? Writing helps you get those emotions out and start understanding what's really going on. Solve problems faster. When a problem feels overwhelming, putting it on paper makes it smaller and clearer. Writing often reveals solutions that seemed invisible before. Feel happier. Even just jotting down a few good things that happened during your day can show you that you have more reasons to smile than you thought. How to start journaling. I know, it can feel strange at first, but here's a simple way to get started. Ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? What's worrying me today? What went well, and what am I grateful for? Answer honestly, don't worry about making it sound pretty. Just write like you're talking to a friend. Read and reflect. After writing, read over what you wrote. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What can I do better tomorrow? Want an example? Let me share how a regular day turned around when I wrote about it. One time, I felt frustrated because I wasn't making enough progress at work. So I grabbed my journal and wrote, "Today, I felt discouraged because I didn't finish everything I planned. But I realize I've already made important steps. I did X and Y. Tomorrow I'll focus on Z and stop being so hard on myself." Writing this helped me see that I was being unfair to myself. It also gave me a clear next step instead of just sitting in frustration. What the Stoics say about writing. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, wrote every day. He didn't write for others, he wrote for himself. For him, journaling was a way to organize his thoughts and remind himself of what truly mattered. He wrote, "Be like the rock that the waves keep crashing against. It stands firm and tames the fury of the water around it." When we write, we build that rock within ourselves. We become stronger, calmer, and better prepared to face life's storms. A Stoic challenge for you. Why not try it right now? Grab a piece of paper and write something you're grateful for today, a challenge you faced and what you learned from it, something you want to improve tomorrow. Then, comment below. What did you discover about yourself when you wrote down your thoughts? Mindful eating. Rediscovering pleasure and balance in your meals. Have you ever finished a meal without even realizing what you just ate? Maybe you were watching something on your phone, replying to messages, or just distracted by your thoughts. When we eat on autopilot, we not only lose the joy of food, but also miss an opportunity to care for our body and mind. Mindful eating goes beyond simply chewing slowly. It's a practice that teaches us to be present during one of the most basic and essential moments of our day. For me, it brought more than just physical benefits. It helped me develop a healthier relationship with food and better understand my emotions. Why is mindful eating so transformative? Think of it this way. When you're watching TV while eating, your brain isn't fully focused on the meal. It's like driving distracted. You reach your destination, but you miss the journey. When you eat mindfully, your brain can better interpret your body's signals. You savor the flavors, recognize when you're full, and notice patterns that you might otherwise miss, like eating out of boredom or anxiety. Here's what you'll experience when you start practicing mindful eating. Better control over what you eat. By focusing on your plate, you'll better recognize when you're full. This helps prevent overeating and teaches you to make healthier choices. Reduced food anxiety. If you tend to eat quickly or overeat when stressed, mindful eating helps you identify and address those emotions differently. More enjoyment from food. Eating slowly and attentively turns a regular meal into a special experience. Every flavor, texture, and aroma stands out, making even simple foods more enjoyable. Improved digestion. Chewing thoroughly and eating without rushing gives your body the time it needs to process food, reducing discomfort like bloating or indigestion. Connection. To the present, mindful eating is like a meditation. It slows you down and grounds you in the moment, bringing calm and balance to your day. How to start eating mindfully. If you're used to eating while distracted, changing this habit might feel tricky at first. But small steps can completely transform your relationship with food. Prepare the environment before eating, turn off the TV, put your phone away, and choose a quiet spot. The focus should be on your meal and nothing else. Observe your food. Before your first bite, look at your plate. What are the colors, textures, and aromas? Think about the effort it took to bring that food to you. Eat slowly. Take a small bite and chew slowly. Notice how the flavors develop. Is it sweet, salty, or sour? The more attention you pay, the more pleasure you'll find. Listen to your body pause during the meal and ask yourself, am I still hungry or am I full? Often, we overeat simply because we're not paying attention. Reflect after eating. After your meal, ask yourself, how do I feel? Light or heavy, satisfied or uncomfortable? Reflecting helps you adjust your choices for the next meal. A practical example. Connecting with food one day, I decided to eat an apple, something simple, with complete mindfulness. Before taking a bite, I noticed the smooth texture of the skin and the fresh aroma. When I bit into it, I heard the crunch and felt the sweet, refreshing flavor. This experience, which only took a few minutes, made me realize how often I eat without noticing anything. Since then, every meal has become an opportunity to practice gratitude and be fully present. The Stoics believed in living simply and purposefully. For them, even eating was a chance to practice self-control and gratitude. Seneca once said, "It's not the quantity of food that matters, but the moderation with which we consume it." Mindful eating is a way to apply this wisdom in our daily lives. By respecting food, we learn to respect ourselves. A Stoic challenge for you today: choose one meal to practice mindful eating. Sit in a quiet place, free from distractions, and focus on every detail, the smell, the color, the flavor. Then comment below, how was your experience eating with full attention? 5. Limiting screen time, taking back control of your attention and time. Have you ever realized how much time you spend staring at screens every day? Between your phone, computer, TV, and other digital distractions, we often become prisoners to notifications, social media, and messages. That's what I noticed when I decided to make a small change: limiting my screen time. At first, it felt challenging. After all, we live in a connected world. But within just a week, I noticed something surprising. I had more time, more calm, and greater control over my attention. Why do we need to limit screen time? Digital devices are amazing tools, but they can also consume us. They steal our attention, fragment our thoughts, and often leave us exhausted without us even realizing it. Imagine your mind as a glass of clear water. Each notification or distraction is like a drop of ink, clouding the water. Limiting screen time is like stopping the ink from being added, allowing your mind to become clear and calm again. The benefits of reducing screen time. More time for what truly matters. By cutting back on screen time, I finally had the space to do things I'd been putting off: reading a book, taking a walk, or having meaningful conversations with my family. Better sleep quality. Reducing exposure to blue light from screens before bedtime led to calmer, more restorative sleep. Lower anxiety levels. Without being constantly connected, I stopped feeling the pressure to respond to messages or keep up with endless news updates. Improved focus and productivity. By removing digital distractions, my ability to concentrate on important tasks improved dramatically. Reconnection with the real world. I rediscovered hobbies I'd abandoned, began to appreciate nature more, and felt more present in my day-to-day moments. Practical ways to limit screen time. Unplugging might seem intimidating at first, but small adjustments can make a huge difference. Set simple rules for phone use. Schedule specific times to check social media or emails, maybe once in the morning and again in the evening. 2. Establish screen-free zones. Create areas where screens aren't allowed, like the dining table or your bedroom. This fosters better connection with yourself and others. Use Do Not Disturb mode. Activate this feature during focus hours, like while working or reading, to avoid unnecessary interruptions. 4. Replace screen time with enriching activities. Instead of spending 30 minutes scrolling through social media, try reading a chapter of a book, going for a walk, or simply breathing deeply in silence. Limit screen time before bed. Avoid screens for at least an hour before going to bed. This helps your mind wind down and prepares your body for deeper, more restful sleep. A transformation. In action one evening, I decided to put my phone away 2 hours before bed. At first, it felt odd. I wasn't sure what to do, so I grabbed a book that had been gathering dust on my shelf. The quiet time spent reading calmed me, and I ended up sleeping deeply that night. The next morning, I woke up feeling refreshed and focused. That's when I realized screen time wasn't just stealing my time, it was also draining my mental and physical energy. Stoic wisdom in the digital age. The Stoics valued control over their actions and thoughts. They believed that attention is one of the most precious resources we have. Epictetus once said, "Take care of what's yours. Nothing is more yours than your time and attention." By limiting screen time, you're reclaiming control over what is most valuable, your attention and your life. A Stoic challenge for you today: choose a specific time period to step away from screens, whether it's 1 hour, 2 hours, or more. Use this time to do something you truly enjoy, like walking, writing, or having a meaningful conversation. Afterward, share your experience. What did you do with the time you regained? How did it feel to disconnect? Throughout this video, you've discovered 5 simple yet incredibly powerful habits that have the potential to transform not only your daily routine, but also the way you think and live. You might be wondering, where do I start? The answer is simpler than you think. You don't need to do everything at once, nor do you need to be perfect. All you have to do is take the first step, because as the Stoics believed, progress isn't found in the grandeur of a single act, but in the consistency of small actions repeated day after day. Waking up early isn't just about gaining extra hours in your day. It's about reclaiming control over your time and energy. When you choose to start your day calmly, planning and taking care of yourself, you realize that you're in charge, rather than being dragged along by commitments and unforeseen events. This simple decision can serve as the foundation for all other changes, as a peaceful morning mind is like a blank page, ready to be filled with conscious decisions and actions aligned with your goals. Incorporating daily exercise, on the other hand, goes far beyond taking care of your body. It's a way to cultivate strength, not just physical, but mental and emotional as well. Every movement, every drop of sweat, is a reminder that you are capable of facing challenges and overcoming them. Even more, exercise becomes a moment just for you, a time to reconnect with the present, freeing your mind from worries and renewing your body for what lies ahead. Journaling or reflective writing is like having an intimate conversation with the most important person in your life, yourself. When you write, you release your most tangled thoughts and intense emotions, creating space to see clearly what once felt chaotic. Writing isn't just therapeutic, it's an act of self-discovery. It's like holding up a mirror to your soul and asking, who am I today, and who do I want to be tomorrow? This simple practice has the power to reorganize your mind and strengthen your ability to face life's challenges with wisdom. Mindful eating might seem trivial in a world where meals are often rushed and overlooked, but paying attention to what and how you eat is a profound act of self-respect. When you chew slowly, savor flavors, and listen to your body's signals, you realize that eating isn't just about nourishment, it's about fueling your existence. You also learn to distinguish between physical hunger and emotional hunger, breaking cycles of anxiety and building a healthier, more enjoyable relationship with food. Finally, limiting screen time is perhaps the biggest challenge in a hyper-connected world, but it's also one of the most liberating decisions you can make. When you disconnect, you rediscover what it means to truly be present. The silence that once felt uncomfortable now becomes a space for reflection and creativity. The time that used to vanish into endless scrolling is now filled with meaningful moments, whether it's reading, walking, or simply breathing. By reclaiming your attention, you gain something far more valuable than time. You regain your life. Stoic philosophy teaches us that living well isn't about eliminating difficulties, but about facing them with courage and wisdom. Each of these habits is an opportunity to put that wisdom into practice, turning small gestures into significant changes. The journey to a more balanced and meaningful life begins with the decision to try. It doesn't matter if you start today or tomorrow, or if you implement all 5 habits or just one. What truly matters is your commitment to yourself, to seek betterment day by day. Now take a deep breath and ask yourself, what will your first step be? Transformation isn't in thinking about what you could do, it's in taking action. So choose one habit, no matter how small, and put it into practice. In the end, you'll see that the sum of small changes can create a completely new life.